Hey everyone, it's time to start taking our weavings off of the loom. So when you've woven down close to the end like this, we can flip the weaving over, take a pair of scissors, and we're going to cut it right off the back. So this weaving was left behind by a student that didn't get a chance to finish it, so I'm going to finish it for them right now. So you cut right through the center, and then I'm going to peel off any tape that is still on there, and flip this right over. I want to start tying off the strings, one group of strings at a time. Please don't pull them all off or your weaving will fall apart. So I'm going to take a group of 4. So I've got 4 strings in my hand here. I'm going to put them 2 and 2. And I'm going to make a knot and then another knot. Lower the camera down a little bit more so you can get a closer view of what I'm doing here. I'm going to take another group of 4 strings. So I've got 2 and 2. Go. Take these 2 together, and I'm going to make a knot and another knot. And I'll do that all the way across this whole side of the board. Now that I got to the end of this side, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strings. So I have to decide, do I want to do a group of 4 and then these 2, or maybe a group of 3 and 3? I think that's what I want to do. You're not going to always end up with an even number of 4 at the end. So I'm going to take 3 strings, 2 in this hand, 1 in this hand. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to make a knot and then another knot. Make sure those are nice and tight so the weaving doesn't fall apart. And then I'll do the same with this. And knot that there. And one more. So now this whole side is off the loom. It's looking a little bit messy with so many strings, but that's okay. So I could go to my other side now. So this side is still attached to the cardboard loom. And I'm going to do the same exact thing that I did on the yellow side with the blue side, where I'm taking 4 strings and 4 strings, and I'm going to tie them all together. So 2 and 2, knot it, double knot it. Okay, so now I have both sides knotted, but it looks a little messy, so I want to clean it up. I'm going to put that cardboard back, and the strings on the end here, those were our original warp strings. Now we can see them on the ends. I want to make them an even length. So to do that, I'm going to fold the weaving in half, and I can see that these are all not the same length. So I'll give it a haircut. So when you line up the edges of the weaving, now I can take my scissors and I can go across and I can cut them all the same length. Now it is up to you how short you want them to be. If you want them to be a little longer, you can. If you want them to be cut right close to the notch, you can do that too. So I've got my weaving with the end strings all the same. And now I want to clean up the edges. Remember when we were weaving, every time you changed a color, I said, just leave a little tail. We'll get rid of them later. Later has arrived. It's time to cut those little tails off. So I'm going to take a look at the sides of my weaving. And I'm going to trim off any little tails that I don't want attached to the weaving anymore. And there you go. We have our completed weaving off of the loom.